Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I've been pretty pants on YouTube the past month with badders and the foal and going away and working loads and weddings. I feel like I've just been a little bit lax on the kind of update videos that you guys know and love. So I'm going to try and work my way through them. The most requested one has been, what is going on with Bear? And things have actually been a little bit dramatic with Bear, so I thought I'd start with her. She's down in these stables, by the way, because since Dee and baby boy, he does actually have a name now, but I haven't announced it. That is going to be coming very, very soon, so I'm going to have to try and call him baby boy. Since they got back, we just, Dad, honestly, that man has caused no end of trouble with this mare coming back into work. But yeah, since they've got back, we've only got one spare stable in the main barn, and obviously we can't have a pony down here by themselves. So we have got the golden girls down here. Good girlettes. You don't really need your whole own update video, do you? Ettie's doing very, very well though. She's absolutely huge. Her current field buddy is Winnie, and honestly, she's really not that far off height-wise. Anyway, back to the star of the show. Got brushes in hand because I need to give you a little flick over, because we are going to ride her today, but I'm pre-warning you guys, it's going to be extremely, extremely boring. Well, hopefully it's going to be extremely boring. You'll see I've got a nice clear arena because we quickly realised that Bear has very much gone back to her old ways. If you guys have followed the channel for a while, you'll know that we bought Bear. How old were you? God, we're going back some years. She was like around 6, I want to say. She was very green, but she had had a bit of a checkered past. She'd been passed from pillar to post. You can see there's loads of stamps in her passport. She'd been through the sales, I think it was 3 times or something. She was lucky to have ended up where she did, because it then meant that a nice, knowledgeable home, aka us, found her and managed to produce her. But Bear was not smooth rolling at all. When we first got her, she was fairly terrifying. She was a little bit poor when we got her, so obviously we did what you'd like normally want to do and get some food into them and make them look really healthy and get some vet attention and this, that and the other before we rode her. And then we realised that we had an absolute beast on our hands. And history kind of repeated itself when it came to bringing Bear back into work. So I obviously put the video of my first ride back on her, didn't lunge her or anything, just hopped on. She was a little bit bouncy, but absolutely fine. And I was like, oh, sweet, like Bear's back, you know, we've picked up where we've left off, other than the fact that she's not got any muscle and she's got no fitness kind of thing. It quickly became apparent when we got her back, and again, started feeding her better. Like, she was so poor after having a foal and being weaned, and she quickly just got more and more energetic and bear-like. This was all before badders, and she was getting more and more kind of terrifying to ride, just like really exuberant. And I know this sounds like I'm lying, but we genuinely didn't catch any of it on camera because it was so bear-like. Like, you can't predict anything with Bear. She just erupts out of nowhere. So we were kind of plodding on and we were like, oh, like, lol, this is funny. And then one day she just went absolutely ballistic. She spooked. There was quite a lot going on. It was a little bit windy. She hadn't been ridden for a few days. You know, all the things that I should have thought about. But because it's Bear and because we've done so much with Bear in the past, I just wasn't really thinking straight. So yeah, she spooked, like a fence fell over or something, and Dad was doing something up at the top, and she just went bananas, and she had me off quite dramatically. Bearing in mind I was just walking, like, this is why we didn't have it on film, because I was literally just walking her at the start of a session, and she just bronked, did some massive rears, and ended up with me on the floor and breaking my foot before badminton. Not ideal. So I'm not gonna lie, it somewhat blotted her, what's the phrase? Blotted her card, or I don't know, put me off a little bit, because I was so hurt from it. Like, my foot was in agony and I knew badders was coming up. I was like, oh, like, I'm just not going to ride you really before that. So I ended up doing about a month of really strict groundwork, and it did make a massive difference. And it made me realise I did get quite cross with myself, because I had fully taken Bear for granted and just thought, she had 3 years off, it was a long time to have off, and was just kind of like, oh, let's hop back on and go. And I know what a quirky pony she is. Like, there's a reason that we've never sold her. There's a reason she's never been a child's pony. And it's because she's Welsh and she's just very odd. You know, she's very, very talented. She can move in every which way. But it does also mean that when she wants to go a bit wild, she really does. And obviously, I'm quite tall on Bear, and there's not a lot of her to hold me on. So we did all the groundwork and we've completely stripped her back. And it did wobble me a bit. I was quite reluctant to get back on her. So we had Freddie up fairly recently, and he really helped me with her. We did some kind of like spook busting stuff, and he just sort of showed me how to maneuver her shoulders. Because he's so tall, he did some work with her on the ground where he was like leaning over her. I really should have videoed this, but you know when you're just, I don't know, you know when you've got a bit of sort of wobbles about getting back on a horse, and you're actually like, we just need to get this done now rather than make a video out of it, because I just really cared about getting Bear back to normal. Is there a normal for you, Bear? I don't think your version of normal is very good. She's like, why are you holding a hairbrush? It's all I could find in the yard to brush your mane. Silly girl. But Freddie was a massive help, and again, agreed with me that we just need to strip her back. I was kind of thinking by now we'd be out careering around, jumping, having fun, and doing like the old Bear videos. But despite Bear being 14, you 14 now, she needs a little bit more than that, and she essentially needed breaking in. Like, it's just the kind of pony she is. So the groundwork was a massive help, and we are back on her now, but we're trying to take things really slowly. So that's why I've cleared the arena. We're just trying to avoid any triggers, because we've realised if Bear's gonna erupt and do one of her little banana frenzies, it's probably going to end up getting me off, because you can't really reason with her when she does her full-on like woohoo kind of thing. So today I'm going to just show you what I've been doing. It's really, really boring, and I've hummed and hawed about actually making this video, because I was like, oh, like it's just a bit naff. But it is the reality. If you've got a pony that's quite sort of sensitive and spooky and Welsh, I think that's the biggest issue. This will probably resonate, because yeah, you can't. I am quite annoyed with myself for just. I feel like it was a bit disrespectful of me to just like hop back on and be like, whoa, let's go, and let's just expect her to pick up where we left off. And I think I scared her, to be honest, because I've only fallen off her. The only other time I've fallen off her is Badders. And that's because when we first got her, we knew how wild she was, and so I took all the steps properly. And this time I was just being a bit ignorant with it all, and just was like, yeah, I'll get on, it's fine. And Bear well and truly humbled me. She is a humbler. So we never really know how the Bear ride's going to go. I'm not going to lie, I do still have my heart in my mouth every time I get on her, which really doesn't help the vibes, but it's hard, isn't it? Because we're only human, and when we're worried about getting decked, we're going to be a little bit tense, but then the Welshies pick up on that. So I'll give her a quick brush over. It's so dark in here, it's not worth me filming. And then hopefully Hobbs will come down and we'll just video a little bit. I know you'll have seen videos of me on Instagram, like cantering her around in there. That was before I fell off. I haven't, have I? I think maybe I've cantered her once since I fell off. So yeah, maybe we'll canter today, maybe we won't. We'll see. I'm just going to take everything step by step by step, and I think we will get back completely to normal. This is not unusual to what we had to do when we first got her. So we're just repeating that, aren't we, Beba? We're repeating history. It took me 6 months when we first got her to be able to actually ride her without it being a massive deal. She's just so funny. Right, I'll get her tacked up. Suited, oops, and booted. I've got my little, can you see? The little like champion, just a back protector. I can't actually remember the proper name for it. How bad is that? But it's Champion. You better find it on the Champion website. It's basically just a bit easier and more lightweight to wear than a body protector, and it still gives you a lot of movement, because that's the thing with her. I don't want to be rigid and fixed against her. Hobbs trying to do Freddie's homework there. because that was one of the things that Freddie said, was like, yeah, we do need another Freddie lesson, don't we? The more kind of fixed and over controlling I am, the worse it is for Bear, because he said I was basically trying to like, yeah, micromanage her and make every single decision for her. So when something, like when Dad does God knows what up there, just starts a chainsaw up for no reason, it really spooks her, because she's almost got blinkers on and she's like, okay, like nothing's gonna happen, like not concentrating. And then something happens and she can't think for herself. So he started by doing some groundwork, which I'll show you in a second. And then was saying when I'm on her, I need to kind of correct her shoulders, because she starts like doing like that and looks to the outside. So like correct that, but then leave her alone, so that instead of thinking like, what's going to happen, what am I going to spook at, she's actually thinking about herself and being like, oh, I need to be more supple, I need to do this, that and the other. Also guys, she is the largest creature to wander this earth.
Oh my God, I'm not doing much.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Yeah, she's looking big. Oh, and I thought I should also mention, because I know people are going to be worried that Bear is in pain or anything like that. So she's had 2 physio appointments, and to be fair, the first one, she did have a lot of tension in her poll, which is where she always gets it. Good girl. But she was much improved for the second one. So short of doing like a full-on MRI with her, like she doesn't show you any pain signs. No. Or anything like that. And the physio was really pleased with her progress from the 2 sessions. So yeah, at the minute we think it's just a case of big brave girl. I'm going to give you my phone.
I think she probably, after you have a baby, sometimes you are a bit achy and...
Oh yeah, 100%.
It takes a while to get back your body back, doesn't it, Diddy?
Yeah.
I don't think she did her postnatal exercises.
She didn't. She didn't do her Kegels. She looks calm. Also, the weather has not been on our side. It's been literally winter here basically until today. It's finally gotten warmer. So hopefully today's going to go really well. Right, I'm sadly going to pass the camera over.
She looks chilled.
She looks really chilled. I think it's going to be a good ride. Is that we famous last words?
No, she's happy. She loves me.
Yeah, well, you get on her then.
Not that much.
Go on. Yeah, so he was like, shoulders that way, so that she's not looking to the outside, I think. And then he was trying to get him to have a loose rein, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Good girl.
Yeah, so she didn't feel so. Yeah, so she was making the decisions.
Good.
Hopefully Freddie will watch this and give us
Tell
some
us how wrong we're doing
advice.
It's this corner that. Good girl. Also, the benefit of doing this is that
Good girl.
every time Bear comes out here, she finds a new thing to spook at.
Yeah.
So it's just really good for her to go both reins, see everything out of both eyes before we get on.
Yeah. And what was the other really useful thing that Freddie said? He said if you've got a spooky corner, that is your rest corner. I thought that was quite good.
I thought that was quite good actually for Freddie.
We love Freddie.
Yeah, so basically like if you're working your horse and they hate a corner, when you walk them in that corner, so they're like, oh, I love this corner.
Yeah, and then let them rest
or like
there. That's a
side or whatever it is, whenever your horse spook. Sadly for Bear. Well, actually she does hate that top left corner. Kenny's corner, we call it.
Well, that should be her rest corner.
Yeah.
And luckily King Kenny is not here at the moment to
yeah, we've had to wait till 6 PM. How ridiculous is that? Ah. She does seem a lot better. Good girl. Good. It's almost getting her to like fall out a bit.
Yeah.
Which we're going to have to undo at a later date. But
oh well, we'll worry about that then.
Kind of just disarms her from tensing up. Good girl.
Yeah. And also I suppose it's better, puts her in a better position if she has got a little bit of inside bend. Better for her whole body.
The moment of truth. Now's when we try and slow the heart rate.
Sing. That's what Hanny always does. Hanny's sunshine song.
Seaside song.
Seaside, that's it.
Do you want to go to the seaside?
Hanny,
Yes,
shout
I don't want to do anything other than this rubbish. She said if I realised you were going to get so upset from me splatting you once. Good girl.
I wouldn't have bothered.
Oh, well
Good
done,
girl.
Ted. It feels so silly doing a vlog like this with her, but it's
Good girl. But these
reality
things,
of where we're at.
these things happen, and other people will have experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
Ponies that on horses that have gone really, really well for ages, and then suddenly, especially when she's had a long old break,
She's
Meg.
had a very long break.
3 years she's
And
had,
she's
really.
just a weirdo.
Well, she was always the sort that she needed to do a lot all the time, really, didn't she?
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot, but she needed to be kept ticking over.
So,
Good
this
girl.
is now the art of, I'm just going to put her in a circle right in the
Yeah,
middle.
good idea. Good girl, Ted.
Come on,
Walk
walk
on.
Of not doing too much, because I want her to think for herself, but also not giving her nothing to think about.
And we're not going to ask too much of her today, are we? Because
No.
we just want it to be easy for her and fun and relaxed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only thing that matters, really,
Yeah, we don't have to come in here and be like, oh, I ain't going in there.
because it makes me ache or whatever.
Good. Ah, nice new shoulders.
Good girl. Super shoulders, Bear.
Good shoulders.
Freddie, you'd be pleased. You'd be proud.
She's too intelligent. She knows I'm a bit scared of her now. I can see it in her, the corner of her eye and her ear.
Good
It's
girl.
going, are you scared? You scared up there, Mickey?
It's funny, but I suppose the thing is, in
Come
the
on.
3 years that she's had off, you know, you've had that nasty fall and you've got a bit older.
I'll be here with all the compliments, guys.
No,
Changing
but
the ring.
that happens to us all, honey.
no, it
None of us
does.
getting any younger.
I'm not as ballsy as I once was. Come on, darling.
Good girl. And she is clever. She's a very switched on little pony. And also, I think having a foal, she's like, aha, I was the boss.
She is, like, she's so weird, even now, when she's out with Wilma,
Yeah, she's
like-
a different mindset,
she's
isn't
very
she?
different. She used to be always scared of her
Yep.
bigger horses around her,
Good girl.
but she's like,
Whereas now she's a bit more assertive and confident.
yeah, she is. Oh, the other thing Freddie said was because Bear's got this real tendency, can you see, like, she curls up like
Yep,
that.
Yep. Good girl,
And
walk
he was
on,
like,
Ted.
don't let her do that, because if she goes off bronking, that's exactly where you don't want her head to be. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like, the fact she's doing it isn't a good thing.
Good girl.
It's a bad thing. So he said, lift your reins up and try and get her to come up. And also just
Good
like
girl.
she needs to, she goes like that and she just hides from the world, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's her little safe space, isn't it?
is.
Good girl. We don't want that today, Ted. We want nice long neck, please. Good girl.
Oh, this feels like one of the most ridiculous vlogs I've ever made. Watch me walk my pony around the arena.
No, it's important. You might not show all of this.
Oh, really? Just get that ad revenue in.
Just thinking that might be quite long. Good girl.
Right, we're going to change the ring. Good, Teddy. Right, you feeling brave?
I'm not doing anything, I'm just filming. The question is, are you feeling brave?
Never.
Good girl.
Brave's not in my vocab anymore.
I'd maybe just trot a circle down here to start with,
Yeah.
and then do some transitions back to walking.
Yeah, like her back is up.
Good girl.
Does it look like her back's up? Feels up.
Doesn't look too bad, to be honest.
Okay.
Good girl.
Well done, Teddy.
Maybe just do a little transition to walk and... Good girl. Good girl. Hey, good girl. Okay.
No, listen. Good.
Good girl. Come on, keep going. He's a good pony.
Good girl. Come on then.
Good girl. Bit of a crash in the barn. Good girl.
Good girl. Come on.
I think that's a good shout, giving her some things to think about.
I do love her, despite being terrified of her. Come on. Good. Well done.
Actually, and the more you're able to move her around with your legs, the better, the safer you are, isn't it? Yeah.
Good. But do you see how she's always looking to the outside?
Yeah.
Like she cannot help herself.
Is that an evasion thing?
No, it's looking for, like, she just always wants to look to spook. She's always done it. Good.
Yeah, it was always quite hard to get her to concentrate on the rider, wasn't it?
She's mega. I could definitely go and do some elementaries on her.
Oh, you could, yeah. Good girl.
Right now, look that way.
Girl.
And go that way. Oh. That way. And go that way. Good. Well done, Ted. What do you think about giving her a canter?
It's up to you. I mean, she's going very sweetly. I wouldn't do too much more because I think it's important to...
Yeah, that she has a nice time.
Yeah. I mean, you could try giving her a walk and a pat and then it's up to you. Or you could just pop into canter. Good girl.
Good.
Good girlie.
Gonna let her stop when she wants to stop. Well done.
Good girl.
Good girl. Oh, okay, that was good. We're alive.
Good girl.
She's just like a little spring up here. Because I know her so well. I know like how she can move.
Good girl.
Just watching her, it looks like nothing.
Yeah.
It's
Good girlie.
you.
She feels quite tense under you, does she?
Yeah.
Yeah, because she actually doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Good girl. Good girl.
Well done. Well done, Bear. You know you want something spooky when you've got a fly in your mouth but you don't want to spit in case it spooks them.
You just swallow it.
I just kept it in my mouth. I'm really pleased with that.
That was really good.
We're making progress. It's just very, very slow.
Well done, Ted.
But that's horses for you.
You can't rush these things.
No, you can't rush these 14-year-olds. She is 14, isn't she?
I think so, yeah.
And was she 6 when we got her?
Yeah.
Had her for so long, I forget her story now. Good girl, Bear. Right, guys, the next plan is we're going to get off her in Kenny's corner and pick up some grass there, just so the whole session, the last happy memory she has of it, is in Kenny's corner.
Super.
Just trying to always
It's a good plan.
make it nice experience for her. Ooh. You should like this corner, because in the summer there are raspberries that we picked together, aren't there?
Good girl.
Probably won't be able to eat that, but the thought's there. Well done, Bear. We're getting there.
Yeah. I think I need to pick some better grass.
Yeah, this is
Less
stalky.
long, stalky stuff.
You can see why she's not losing any weight though, guys. We're having to do these little nice sessions and it's just not enough for her, but it's fine. It is what it is and we're making progress. Oh,
Well done.
flies.
That's very successful.
Right, I hope this wasn't as boring as I think it might be. It probably is going to be, but it's reality, and you guys have got to see there, so you know what she's doing. We're going to be plodding on with this. I do feel like we've turned a corner now. Now we're cantering without any kind of excitement. I don't think we're going to be too far away from being able to get some poles in and things like that. But got to take it at Bear's pace. I'm sure bear jumping videos will be coming this summer. It's just a case of when. Right, comment down below what other updates you want to come next, and live, love, love you, and I'll see you very soon.
Bye guys.
Bye, tits, bye.